The Tower of the Elephant. This is a comic adaptation of the original Robert E. Howard short story, and the Tower of the Elephant. Adaptations. It has been adapted before by Marvel. Barry Windsor Smith made one, Alfredo Alcalá made another one, and also we have the Dark Horse Kurt Busiek comics. There's also an adaptation of this story made with art by Kerry North. Enrique Alcatena is an Argentinian artist. He has worked on DC Comics on the 80s and 90s, I think. And he also has a really massive production on Argentina. This time, this comic is not Argentinian. It was released on Chile. I think it has some international distribution. So I put links down below, so you can put in contact with them. This adaptation was made by Claudio Alvarez, who is the editor of Acción Comics, or Action Comics in English. The art is all made by Enrique Alcatena. It's not a long story, 70 something or 70 pages around that, and it shows that it was a long time project, because every page is done with maximum care. The edition itself is paperback, but really well done. It has these designs on the end papers, and then has the story itself. In the end, you have this text about why they wanted to make this. And I would say that this is the best adaptation I've read of The Tower of the Elephant. And it just shows that it was made out of love, passion, and a lot of time. You can see here, Enrique Alcatena artwork, all these textures, different kind of textures on the clothing and the backgrounds, wood, clothing, shadows, like hair, jewelry. And the lettering is also really well done. It has a good size, and well, the story itself, I don't really want to talk about it, because it's a really classic story. But it's just an adventure, kind of has to go to this tower, wants to steal something, and there's sci-fi in the end, and you have like a lot of fights scenes. It's an adventure story. But look at this paneling. Like, for example, here you have clouds being the borders, round panels, and nothing feels like sheep on these pages. Every page really has a lot of work in them. This reminds me of a Thorgal page, that it is also like every panel is being born from this point, from a point on the left down corner. We have Alcatena drawing some animals, lions, snakes, some grass. It's like it's just amazing, and he's working on another adaptation right now. So I hope he gets to make a lot of them, because I feel like a really good adaptation can, like, for me, nullify the original text is if it is well done, and this one is really well done. I compare it to the original text, and it changes like really little out of it, and mostly all the inventions are things that the text doesn't really get too deep into them, into in details. For example, the original text doesn't describe in great detail all this room. It's all Catena's mind. Spider, long and web, effect. He really uses. I have this shiny thing, this carpet. The way Alcatena, like does the paneling and texture, it's just like something else. Really worth it. And there's not a digital version available, but it does. Like I think they do ship to another countries. I think it's available on Busca Libre. So I'll put down a link, and you can acquire this. It is in Spanish, yeah, but it's an adaptation of our English text, so you can just have your text um, beside you, or you can, like translate it with your phone or whatever. I compare it to the original text, and it's really close to it, like I said. So yeah, you can read that, maybe just then have this to support. I don't know, but I would advise you to get this Tower of the Elephant, Acción Comics. Awesome, one of the best Chilean, in a way, comic releases, best release of 24. Yeah, and it's going to have a Spanish edition again, also on Spain, like by Letra Ediciones. Really recommend this. Really good. If you don't have any Alcatena black and white is the best Alcatena you can have, because when he's being colored, you lost a lot of the texture that his ink art has. For example, smoke, walls, sky, plants, muscles, clothing. He gets everything right. It's amazing. Really, for real. You have to get this. Tower of the Elephant, Acción Comics.